Here's a quick mythbuster before we start. More words do not equal better prompts. In fact, a concise, well-structured 80-word prompt routinely outperforms a rambling 400-word one. Clarity and specificity win every single time. So, if you've been writing longer prompts hoping for better results, this video is going to change how you think about this entirely. Prompt engineering isn't about finding magic wording or mastering complex syntax. It's about reducing user effort while increasing output consistency, safety, and quality. The real goal is simple. Make it easy for someone to ask once and get the right outcome with minimal back and forth. When you get that right, your prompts become reusable assets that power entire workflows, templates, and automations across your team. So what are we actually optimizing for? There are three outcomes that every well-engineered prompt should deliver. First, clarity. The AI knows exactly what the task is, who the audience is, and what success looks like. Second, consistency. Run the same prompt twice, get the same structure, tone, and format both times. Third, low-friction user experience. The user doesn't have to memorize anything because smart defaults handle the heavy lifting. Those three outcomes are your measuring stick for every prompt you write. Now let's talk about how to actually build them. The most powerful technique is starting with the user's intent and translating it into a structured request. Here's a classic before and after, the unstructured version. Write an email to my customer about renewal. That leaves the AI guessing on nearly every dimension. The structured version specifies the goal, renewal follow-up, the audience, the champion and procurement, the tone, confident and friendly, and the constraints, 120 to 160 words, 3 bullet points, ending with 2 time options. The output quality difference is dramatic. The 5 variables that matter most are goal, audience, context, constraints, and output format. Explicitly define all 5, and you dramatically cut your revision cycles. To make this repeatable, especially across a team, use a standard 5-part prompt template. Think of it like onboarding a new employee. You wouldn't hand a new hire a sticky note that says, "Handle the customers," and walk away. You'd give them a role, a task, the context they need, the rules they must follow, and a clear picture of what the expected output looks like. Your prompt template works exactly the same way. The 5 parts are role, task, context, rules, and output. When your team standardizes on this template, prompting becomes repeatable. Not just for power users, but for everyone. Now here's the user experience principle that makes the biggest difference at scale. The less the user has to type, the better. Provide smart defaults for tone, length, and format so users don't have to specify them every time. Ask only for what truly varies between use cases. Instead of asking users to describe everything, give them structured choices. Something like, choose one, A for a short summary, or B for a detailed breakdown. Prefer fill-in to fields prompts over open-ended describe-it-yourself prompts. The best experience is when the user supplies the minimum input and the system handles all the structural complexity behind the scenes. Let's talk about output formatting, because this is where a lot of teams leave value on the table. An AI can produce a wall of text or a beautifully structured, actionable document, and the only difference is how you wrote the prompt. Add headings, bullet points, tables, and copy-paste ready blocks to make the output immediately usable. One of the highest value additions you can make is a next action section at the end of every response, a short list of recommended follow-up steps that keeps the user moving. And if your output is feeding into an automated workflow, always specify the format up front, whether that's Markdown, JSON, HTML, or CSV. The AI can produce it perfectly if you ask. One more thing that will save your team hours. Reduce back and forth with a clear rule. If critical information is missing, The AI should ask up to 3 targeted clarifying questions, no more. If the missing information is non-critical, it should proceed and label the assumption clearly. For example, assumption: target audience is existing customers. If that's wrong, let me know. Teams that adopt this assumption labeling approach report needing 50 to 70% fewer follow-up messages. That's a massive productivity multiplier hiding in plain sight. For agentic AI, AI that takes real-world actions like sending emails or updating records, guardrails are non-negotiable. Add explicit boundaries. Don't send emails unless I explicitly say send. If you're unsure about any step, ask first. Never fabricate numbers. If you need specifics, ask me. And add one verification step that changes everything. Instruct the agent to summarize what it is about to do before it does anything. This single instruction catches errors at the intent stage before any irreversible action is taken. It keeps you in control. Here on screen is a complete best practice prompt example. It follows the template exactly. Role, task, context, rules, and output. Notice the anti-fabrication rule built right in. If the numbers are unknown, ask rather than invent. That's not an afterthought, it's a design decision. Study this example and use it as your starting point. Let's wrap up with the 5-point checklist you can use every time. Start with your goal. Establish your context. Specify your constraints. Declare the output format, and add guardrails for any autonomous actions. That's it. 5 things. If you standardize prompts into templates and defaults built on these 5 points, users type less, get better outputs, and your agentic workflows become predictable. Give it a try with your next prompt. If you found this useful, like and subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.